Most people may think that yellow gold is a formal luxury and may be difficult to wear in certain places. But how difficult is it really? Today I'll wear the yellow gold Daytona in a very casual environment with a casual outfit. October was an unusually warm month this year, and I was a little late in capturing the changing fall colors. But today is one of the first cool and crisp autumn days, and a chance to see some of the final fall colors. Fall is the perfect time to wear yellow gold because the yellow gold matches the warm tones of the autumn. The warm tone of the sun hitting the red, orange, and yellow leaves. It's about 55 degrees, and I'm wearing an outfit with warm tones to match the yellow gold. The Barbara Beadle jacket in size 36 and the Ursula fatigue pants. And I broke that up with a blue chambray shirt from Drake's. And the yellow gold goes really well with brown and khaki. The other thing with yellow gold to consider is skin tone because there needs to be enough contrast so the watch does not just blend into the wrist. And in my case, I think there's enough contrast between my darker skin tone and the bright luster of the yellow gold. It's just enough to make the watch stand out on the wrist. And because the Daytona is a 40mm sports watch, that also brings down the formality of yellow gold and makes it easier to wear with a casual outfit. I love the contrast between the black dial and the solid subdials. This is the previous discontinued 116 version, so the hour markers are slightly thicker and the lugs are asymmetric. But this also has those accents of red with the red chronograph hand and the red chapter ring, and that also brings up the sportiness of this watch. The current 126 yellow gold version does away with these red accents, but I think it looks much better with that red chronograph hand. The 40mm diameter does wear slightly large on my wrist, but the case is modified so it still fits fairly well. And the solid yellow gold oyster bracelet fits well on me, feels very comfortable. Would a glide lock be better? Of course, but this Easy Link extension is just good enough for me. And how does yellow gold compare to Everose gold on the wrist? Going back to some older footage from this summer of my Everose Oysterflex Rolex, this Oysterflex bracelet does bring down the formality of the watch and makes it more sporty. And the color of the Everose gold does complement the darker greens and the browns of the forest. But the tone of the Everose gold does not complement my skin tone as well as yellow gold. The Everose gold is too similar in tone. There's not enough contrast and it just kind of fades or blends into my wrist. So for me on the wrist, I think I like to wear yellow gold more than Everose gold. It just stands out more and matches with more of my outfits. This makes it easier to wear than Everose gold, but the yellow gold is still not an everyday watch. I tend to wear more navy blue and grays in the winter, and yellow gold may not be the best color for that. So even better than yellow gold is white gold. It's much more versatile. It looks almost like steel, but even better. It has a warmer tone and more luster than stainless steel, and it still has that heftiness on the wrist. Once I started wearing this white gold Daytona, it's been hard to take it off, and it's still going strong. So for me, white gold is my favorite gold, then yellow gold, and then Everose gold. Let me know in the comments what your ranking is. Speaking of yellow gold, this Vacheron 222 has been on my mind recently, and I'm very tempted by it. It has a very unique case shape, it's very thin, and it has a superb integrated bracelet. The watch is almost entirely brushed, and this seems to have a paler shade of yellow gold. But I've never been able to try this on in person, and I wish they had a display piece in the boutique when I visited in Chicago last summer. Even though it's 37 millimeters, I'm still concerned it might look too large on my wrist because of that flat case design. And finally, the retail price might be what keeps me from purchasing this watch. I just can't see what makes this a $74,000 watch. Plus the fact that when it was released back in 2022, it was initially priced around $62,000. So that's a $12,000 price increase in the last 2 years. Pretty steep even by Rolex standards. I think that's a much more reasonable price for this watch, but at $74,000, I can't convince myself to buy this. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Vacheron 222.